All right, so I've got this group of papers here and I wanted to flip through them and just show you what we came up with for this batch. This technique, I really love to do artwork like this because you get the most amazing collage papers and you can go so many different directions with these. So, you know, this time we did the rusty bits and we did watered down black acrylic paint and watered down gold acrylic paint, but you can use so many different colors and products and you're always going to get a different batch of papers every single time. And I'm so attracted to that when I do artwork. If I can do something where it's an experimentation and I can't plan the outcome, that's really my favorite because I just love all the surprises that I end up getting with this kind of stuff. So now with the vinegar, I used the vinegar. Now the rusty bits, you just want to be on the lookout for all different kinds of rusty bits, and you'd be amazed at the really cool stuff that you can come up with when you're looking for it. So a lot of these little pieces were from an old erector set that I got at an auction, and then of course I've got a bunch of gears and washers and keys in this set, and I did not use alum on these. Acrylic paint of course seals to the paper, and you want to watch that because if you're using watercolor or any kind of water-based products like the Lindy's Stamp Gang sprays or, you know, the Distress sprays, anything like that, those are water activated. I like to rinse my papers when they're done and iron them just to get them nice and flat because they do warp in this process. So when I rinse them, if I use water activated products, of course it's going to reactivate them and they're going to rinse right off. So I tend to stay away from those for that reason. I really like to use watered down acrylics. Paper is different than canvas. The acrylic paint gets into the fibers, and when you rinse it, it stays put and it's so nice, and there's no hassle with it like there is with the water activated products. So just something to keep in mind. Now you can use alum or vinegar. As you saw, we used vinegar, and I really just like to mix either half and half vinegar, half water, or 2 parts vinegar to 1 part water is fine too. You do not have to be exact with this. You can be, but you really don't need to be. You just want enough vinegar in there to do 2 things. The vinegar will activate all of your rusty bits and get that rust onto the paper, and then it will seal it. So I really like to use vinegar for this process, and it's cheap, and so is alum. Alum's really inexpensive as well, so you can use both. Now alum you find in the spice section at your grocery store, and the thing about alum is it comes in powder form, and I like to use 2 heaping teaspoons per cup of hot water. You want to mix your alum with hot water because then it won't dissolve. If you try to mix it with cold water, it just doesn't dissolve properly, and then once you've got it dissolved, you're good to go. But the alum will not activate your rusty bits, so you really do want to use vinegar for this particular finish here. But look at all the cool things you can do. And look, I've got a few of these left. So I'm glad this happened because I just tore this off dry. Sometimes you can get away with it, like that one right there. We just got away with that easily. And sometimes it will rip the paper, and I'm fine with whatever happens, but if it's ripping my paper a lot and it's ripping the beautiful finishes off, just give it a squirt with some, you can use your vinegar water or regular water, and walk away for a few minutes and let that water saturate your paper, and then you can easily pull off the rusty bits that way. So that's something something that you will run into with this finish. I love the black and gold mix with the rust, but I really want to experiment and do a bunch of different colored acrylic paints. And, you know, I've never had any problems, like I was saying. The acrylic paints, even if you water them down a lot and make them really inky liquid consistency, they really bind to the fibers of the paper, and of course the vinegar helps them to bind. So give this a shot. I hope you enjoy it. You're going to come up with some really amazing pages to use in card making, collage art. You can tear these up and put them on canvas. There's so many directions you can take this kind of artwork, which I really love. So I'm glad you stopped by today, and I hope that you got a lot out of this. I sure love this kind of artwork, and I will see you very soon. Have a great day.